Thanks for being here, bro.
Thanks for having me. What a nice start. Was that on the tape?
No.
I mean,
that was nice. That actually filled me with warmth, and I think you opening the pod like that, I think people at home listening would also be filled with warmth.
Yeah,
no,
it's so nice.
It transfers through you, through us.
I just went like this, and I just let it all in.
Yes, I love that.
And
Told you
nice.
I'd fill your cup.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Ready?
Yes.
Welcome to Disciplined Stoners, the gateway drug to mindfulness. Look deeper.
To think that we started this podcast to fight a stigma, only to uncover so much love that we realized that you can't put your energy anywhere but what you want.
Look deeper.
And what we want is authentic conversation. What we want is quality medicine. What we enjoy is each other.
We get to learn from our guests. Manage the best. I would manifest this.
Part of the magic of the plant is how it uncovers what you've been hiding away.
So much love.
Look deeper. Feel more. Tune in.
So much love. Look deeper.
We're not here to be lazy.
Welcome to Disciplined Stoners,
We're not here to distract ourselves.
the gateway drug to mindfulness.
We're here to learn. We're here to grow.
And welcome back to another episode of Disciplined Stoners. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie,
and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today, this is sick.
Bum, ba, da, bum. Our next guest is a truck driver turned hilarious comedian. Household name here in Toronto. You've seen him on Just for Laughs and North by Northeast. I saw him at the Corner Comedy Club and really admired his crowd work. Please put your hands together for James JAMEASY Cummins.
Happy
Welcome
to be
to the
here,
show.
guys. Oh
Thanks
my
for
goodness.
coming on.
What a blessing to be here.
Bless you, bro. Thanks
Yeah,
for coming,
hell
man.
yeah.
Fuck, you've been here a couple minutes. We're already laughing more than we have all day. I appreciate you.
I was hoping you were going to say ever before, and I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, past guests. No, I'm just kidding. You deserve love, too. You're all great.
Are you competitive?
I think a little bit, but I'm not. But that was like an excessive comment that I don't mean. But I obviously would love to hear that I was the best guest ever.
Yes.
Why do you keep doing Wakanda Forever over there, yo? What does that mean to you?
This is such a good question. You're already doing crowd work with me. I'm diagnosed Tourette's.
Oh,
so I channel it towards something that I get a burst of energy basically whenever my vibration rises. So yeah, that's one thing about me.
And were you doing that before Black Panther came out?
Yes.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so this is crazy because what if the guy that made Black Panther saw you walking down the street going like this and was like, we could put that in the movie, Wakanda Forever.
Oh, this.
Yeah. That's like their greeting. Like,
That's
yo, that's like,
amazing.
what's up? It's like
Well,
Wakanda Forever. Yeah.
I kind of chose to channel it that way because there was a number of manifestations of this Tourette's type feeling, including like this and like other things. Also, just like my fucking mouth going nuts. But that was my dad when I was younger studied like Chinese medicine, and I knew that there was like an in and an out channel for your body. Like left is receiving and right is giving. I think something like that. And I'm like, what if I just put it back in myself? And then all of a sudden it took shape as like a repetitive rhythm, and now it's like people when they see me and they haven't seen me in a while, they go
Yeah.
It's really hard to do. He does it real fast.
good to see you though.
Good to see you too.
You're okay, so obviously
Do you have any diagnoses?
Just a little stupid. Can't read good. They did put me in when I was in like grade 4, I think, some test to see if I should belong in the slow class, and they said I did, but my mom was just like, nah. She's like, nah, he'll just be stupid in the regular class.
They'll just make fun of him.
Yeah, because I think she didn't want me to like leave my friends because she knew how like those kids in the slow. I don't know how to say it.
Those
in the
kids
right
on
way.
the short bus were
Yeah, exactly.
interesting.
In the class that that they didn't know how to handle kids like that. I think that's what really happened. They're like, we don't know how to like properly nurture these kids, so we're gonna put them all in one class and like hope for the best.
Yeah, this kid is so stupid, and I can't fix him. Get out of the class.
Yeah.
I was never good in school. Were you guys good in school?
No.
I dropped out. I was horrible. I just don't fuck with authority, period. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm not here to be put in a box, bitch.
Damn.
I was just...
You're such a positive guy, but then if anyone tells you what to do, you're like, fuck you, actually.
Oh, you understand, yes. I feel so seen. But that's why it's like, yeah, I love to actually make choice, though. It's important to take choice. Fuck, we're blasting around here. How were you in school?
I was really bad. Yeah, I've never read a book in my life, and that's the truth.
Did you make it?
Did I make
graduate?
it? I did graduate,
Wow, good for you.
and when I was in high school, I went to summer school and night school like every year. So I always like failed 1 or 2 classes, usually math and English.
I took math 7 times throughout high school because I failed
I'm
every
surprised
season.
you can count that high.
Thank you.
Because you're so bad at math. But I was really bad at math too. And I remember in grade 9 when we started learning like bed mass and all this stuff, I went back to my grade 8 teachers and I was like, you guys did not prepare us at all for high school math. Like, this is hard. And I failed every year. The reason I got into university, I had a girlfriend in grade 12 that did a lot of my assignments. And then she helped me like get into school, but then I got to university, broke up with her like within the first month, and then I just did really bad in university. So.
Yeah. Did you guys go to the same uni, or were you doing
Yeah.
long
So we didn't even go to
distance?
the same high school, but then we're like, hey, let's link up. We'll go away to school, University of Guelph.
That is a bad idea.
Yeah. So then I got there. You know, I wanted to be a free man and be a little hoe or whatever, and so I broke up with her within the first 2 months, and then she left University of Guelph, even though she was the smart one. She's like, I only came here for him. I only went there for her. And then we fucking broke up so early. Then she ended up going to George Brown College and becoming a great chef. So shout out to my first love.
That's so nice. And she was a chef.
Yeah, she
did
decided
your homework?
fuck school. I'm gonna go pursue my passion of making food.
That's what's up.
You helped her.
Yeah.
I did help her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did help her. I helped her by wanting to fuck other girls. It was so helpful.
Yeah.
And that's why there's always a bright side, girls. When a guy's cheating on you or breaking up with you, just realize that you might become a chef after.
Dude, see, you are just...
What were you taking in
I was just doing like a general social sciences. Like I think I was trying to become a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what my original idea was. But yeah, I got out of school, academic probation, and then I went to college after, and I did radio broadcasting,
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
which was fun.
Did you ever do radio?
No, my internship kind of turned me against it. I did an internship, and this guy, he used to be on Z103 for like 10 years or whatever, and he was working out at this radio station in Guelph, and I'm like, man, what are you doing here? And he's like, new program director came in, didn't want me anymore. I'm just here while the girl's on maternity leave, and then I gotta go work in like buttfuck nowhere after. So it made me like, man, you could actually just get to where you want to be and then have to start over
Yeah.
again. And I don't know.
Welcome to Canadian arts.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really choose a better path with comedy, but it is what it is.
Yeah, how did you end up landing on your passion? Like, you've just shown since we've started the episode how you take a concept and make it hilarious. And we were talking about your crowd work and like you're basically freestyling comedy. It's so fucking cool. It's such a ride. How did you land on that? How did you decide to focus on your passion? How long has it been?
So in 2017, I had a couple years of like depression and like feeling like, not that I was gonna be like killing myself, but like life was gonna be so long. I'm like, man, I had no passion in life. I had nothing to like look forward to, and I was just, and I had a really bad gambling problem too. And one day I got down on my knees and I asked God for help. I'm not like a big religion guy, but I'd never get on my knees to pray. But I said, God, I need help. I need a new path in life. 2 days later, I ran into a friend that's like, there's a comedy spot in Brampton. Come check it out.
Yes.
I went on stage and I did great the first time, and I was like, yo, this is the new path. Coincidence or not, I'm fucking pursuing it for life. So that.
Did you have jokes that you prepared, or did you freestyle?
No, I did have some stuff that I thought about at least.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like that, like on the spot amazingness. You know what I mean? Like I had a couple stories that I'm like, okay, that'd be funny. I talked so fast the first time.
Oh, yeah.
But I got a lot of laughs, and I'm like, this is it. I found what I'm gonna do in life.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's actually
I'm glad that
interesting.
happened.
A lot of the other comics that we've had on will say that they killed their first time, and I wonder if that's like a make or break for some people. You know, like Like
Finding
if you
out,
hadn't have killed that first time
Oh,
and,
man.
and had that feeling, like what
Yeah.
would you have done?
I mean, I didn't have a bad experience in comedy until like a month or two in, like, because I did it all at the same spot. Like, I kept going to this weed lounge in Brampton. It was called Greenleaf Vapor Lounge.
Hey.
They don't exist anymore. RIP. God bless the dead. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
they didn't make it. But the first maybe I'd go there every week for like a couple months, and everything was going good there. And it was like a young urban crowd. We're smoking weed. We're having fun.
Dope.
Now after like 2 months maybe, I go to a bar with like older white people, more mature crowd for the
Yeah.
first time,
Oh my
and
God.
they hated everything I had to say. Everything was about pussy. I said yo like 27 times, and it was bad. And my cousin was there watching. Like, I thought you were supposed to be good at this, and like, didn't you say you're doing well?
Oh, what a fucker.
Yeah. So but it's good to be humbled. And then my first couple years of comedy, like I would do good pretty often for a new guy, and I remember like I also would chase the feeling of bombing to just humble myself. If I did good like 4 or 5 times in a row, I'm like, it's not supposed to be this easy. Let me go to a place where they're like more like a what do you call it? I don't want to say liberal, but like they get offended easily, and they don't want to hear like a straight white guy talking about his opinion.
Leftists.
Yeah,
Or just chase a different crowd.
Yeah.
Chase down a different crowd. I feel you on that, because you don't get stuck in your own neighborhood doing like the same cycle of shit and just like stroking and becoming a big fish in a small pond. You want to make sure this is good product in every neighborhood.
Yeah.
Go around.
Not every neighborhood. Like some neighborhoods still don't like me, and fuck them. You know what I mean? I've proven to myself enough times that I'm like, I'm funny.
Sure.
You're not gonna. It's just
not
there's
for
too
everyone.
many people in the world for everyone to
Yeah.
like you. Sorry to break that to you,
Definitely.
but it's true.
No, it is true. I just last week I did 2 shows in Montreal, and one of them I walked in and I looked at the crowd and I knew right away. I said to my friend, I'm gonna bomb. This is gonna be bad. I'm like,
Why would you say that?
Why did you think that?
Honestly, I looked at the crowd. I'm like, there's way too many glasses in the crowd right now. Just like so many people that they probably all read books and shit, and they're probably so smart. And
Why don't you think smart people would like you?
I think I'm more for like a blue collar dumbass. You know what I mean? If we're talking crowds of just guys that are out drinking and having fun, and girls actually. You know what? I've been doing really well with lesbians lately. They've been really liking my sense of humor.
Nice.
But this was like we were in Montreal. They were young crowd, like they were young, probably in university, probably like sensitive about certain topics
Yeah.
and stuff. And I knew like 2 seconds in that I was like, this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
But I still had fun with it. And then later on that night, I killed somewhere else. So I'm like, yeah, did this.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
It is what it is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Not everyone's going to like you.
Yeah.
Do you do well pretty often?
No, I do average pretty often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
I do well rarely. Like I think, you know. I score myself after every performance.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you have your report card
out
close
of
by?
10.
I would love
Yeah.
to. I would love to see what your week's looking like this week.
I know. Sometimes this might be interesting to hear your thoughts on. Sometimes I feel like I do really well and I'm present and I'm with them. And then like I watch the tape back or I listen to it back and I'm like, this doesn't feel like the amount of wellness I thought when I was presently on stage with this group.
That's interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess that's just like something you're gonna learn as you go. But enjoy being present and enjoying it. Like that's.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
feel bad about it. Like I didn't look at that video and be like, oh, I wasn't as good as I thought I was, because the feeling that I had was like enough to be like, oh, that was an 8. You know?
An 8.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a 10? No. I don't even know if I don't know. I've probably had a 10 a couple of times, but not that often. Like, you got to leave room for improvement.
Yeah.
But there has been some nights, and I'm not trying to be, like, cocky or anything, but when I have such a great set that I'm like, am I the funniest person? Like, am I so funny?
You are so funny. Yeah, I thought it immediately when I saw you at the Corner.
Oh, I appreciate that.
The Corner Comedy Club is a hot little spot in Toronto, and it's got a great roster of comedians. How long have you been there for?
It was the first place I ever did comedy in Toronto, actually. I started in Brampton, and the first open mic I ever did in Toronto was Corner Comedy Club. They used to have a Monday night mic that would last for like 3 or 4 hours. You'd line up outside the club to sign up. This is how they used to do the mic. Were you around back then?
No.
And yeah, so that's the first place I ever did it. And also, First time there, did great. Owner liked me right away. Like my buddy was there just watching, and he's like,
That's fun.
He's like, everyone else, he was like doing something on his laptop. When you went up there, he's like, his head poked up. He's like, oh, this guy, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? I had a shirt with my own name on it and stuff. Like
That's so clever.
it's clever, but I definitely. Okay, so this is the story of when I was called JAMEASY for years. So I before comedy, I was a DJ.
Nice.
JAMEASY. I had a symbol that's a jam on the top, easy on the bottom, and then in the middle was this symbol, the OK symbol. To me, it was just okay. 2 years later, it became white power, and and then I had to throw all those shirts away. So
Whoa.
when I started comedy, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep the shirts going. I might as well sell these shirts.
This?
So during apparently it was like, so white. This is the W and this is the P. White power. Sorry, guys. But it was just something that they made up like on Reddit or whatever during Donald Trump when he got elected or something.
During the pandemic when everyone was bored as fuck.
It was just before that. I think it was the 2018 election, whatever. I think that's when it was.
Dang. Anyway.
Anyways, it was just a big smoke screen, but either way, I had to throw away all these shirts.
But this was you. That's fucked up. Sorry to hear that. But you at the comedy corner, I just got to say, when I saw you doing your thing, it's nice to hear the origin tale of it, that you've been around and the owner reacted and kind of resonated with you right away. Because being able to go through the scene earnestly, vicariously through Winnie, because I did that open my grind as a musician in Toronto. I've done it in Vancouver as a comedian, LA as a comedian, and to see it here and to see the different pockets established. When I went into the corner and I saw you were hosting, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like something's happening here. Like there's a culture, there's a vibe, there's something. Like whatever energy and momentum is going on there right now, it's like early CBGB's vibe. It's like it's serious Brooklyn. Like that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I think it's the coolest place to do comedy in Toronto. No disrespect to anywhere else. It's just like when you walk in, you walk in through an alley door, which is already cool. And
get your stripes there.
It's actually sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there's other places that are bigger and have bigger audiences and stuff. But man, corner the comedians that they've had on the roster that have gone on to do things in the States, like. Everyone that's doing big stuff out of Canada right now has come through the corner, which is really cool.
Yeah, it feels really cool, and it feels hyper focused on comedy, and it's very chill, and the way that you have worked out and mastered your craft there has just been so cool. It's like a statement of that space. It felt special. It's a special little space and time right now. That's awesome. I love that it exists.
I'm going to leave this podcast feeling so gassed up. You're such a nice person.
Thank
You're
you.
saying such nice things to me. If my
You
love
should
language
feel good.
was words of affirmation,
Is it really? It's one of them?
If it was, maybe it is. You know what? Maybe I am falling in love with you.
I love it. No, it's
Do you know what
it's
your
important.
love language is?
I say touch just so I can get my dick sucked. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But it might be words of affirmation. I do love hearing nice things.
Gifts
So,
are nice too.
I'm not a big gifts guy. I've never
Me
got a
either.
gift that I've ever got excited about.
Really?
Except for like PlayStation when I was a kid.
You ever gotten a blowjob as a gift though?
I don't like blowjobs as a gift just because I'm like, you should. Not that you should. No,
should
you know what? You
want
should.
this.
You should want to do it. if we want to be in love
You
with
don't
each
like
other.
when a girl's giving you a blowjob and she doesn't want to?
Not that I don't want to know it. I don't think so. She can mentally. I want her to pretend to like it.
Exactly.
I've definitely had an unenthusiastic blowjob
Those are
before.
the worst.
When I was in like a 7-year relationship, you're gonna have an
Oh, yeah.
unenthusiastic blowjob every once in a
We've
while.
all given an unenthusiastic
Oh,
It's right around that
blowjob.
7-year mark too.
And we know, we know we're phoning it in, okay? We know we're like, can this guy fucking just fantasize about some bitch? So
She just rests her head on your thigh and just like.
That's so true. That's interesting. Do you meditate?
No, but I used to, and I should get back into it. I was actually really good at it at one point in my life, to the point where the first tattoo I ever got, it was like a 5-6 hour sit down, and I didn't even flinch the whole time. The guy was like, "How the fuck?" It was on my rib cage too, and he's like, "Your first tattoo that big and on your ribs?" He's like, "You're insane." But I was so good at meditating back then that I just like didn't even really feel it.
Wow.
And then I've got a tattoo since then when I'm not good at meditating, like on my chest, and I felt every fucking needle in it.
why
hurts.
did you lose touch with it?
I don't know. It's just something that like anything in life, the more you practice it, the better you are at it. And when I was doing it all the time, I was like in a good zone.
Yeah.
And then I really don't know what took me off the path of meditation, but it's something I should get back to.
This is
Let
your
this
sign.
be an affirmation.
You guys are big meditators?
Yeah.
Big time, yep. Yeah, every day for like, I don't know, a decade for me in the morning, because if I don't remember that this is like a flesh organic simulation and a result of my thoughts, and that like I am not the human liver, that like I'm the observer, if I don't remember that, then every day either feels like an eyed homicide or suicide, one of them, you know?
I knew it was going to have an aggressive ending. If I don't meditate every morning, I will kill people. Unfortunately.
Or myself.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
which.
please don't. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
both at the same time. No, just kidding. But yeah, so it's really, really helpful for my mental state. Other words, yeah.
Where does the name Ellevan come from?
Me universe. My
universe?
mother.
Did she name you Ellevan?
The name 11. It's funny because I do go entirely by 11, but yeah, I felt like I reformed my identity when I pursued my calling, I guess, really, in the simplest way. And so then I just went by my artist name 11, and now it full-time resides in me. And it's kind of to reflect the synchronicity I felt while approaching music. It's like seeing 1111, listening to synchronicities, and resembling the energy of the universe that comes from that perspective. And the construct of a name, associating your identity with people, it's like which role you fulfill. So yeah, it's like it formed itself in me, and then my birth name is in it.
Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Is your name Evan?
Because it's the ELL
That's a good-
Evan.
Yeah.
So it feels very, I still hear it as. So it's like, but now it's like even short form, people calling me L. That's cool too.
Yeah.
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 But it's you know, the whole thing about identity is I like to play with that like as life in itself. So of course I should become like a prince and rename myself one term.
Hell yeah. Well, my name, James, and my nickname, DJ name and comedy original name was JAMEASY. And most of my friends in real life still call me like Jam or JAMEASY. So
Yeah.
it was weird to start. Okay, so
It's like a nickname.
for like 5 years, I was JAMEASY in comedy. And then a year or two ago, when I started traveling more and I'm going to new cities, like a lot of times when I'm trying to get on shows, if I say it's JAMEASY, people will assume I'm going to be a white guy in like a do-rag and like it's going to be an aggressive. I am a wigger, but like I'm not that much. Like
I love
like
that.
I'm in a reasonable place. You
I
know
feel
what I mean?
that. I love that.
Yeah. So people would be like, I'm not gonna fucking put JAMEASY on my show. Then they meet me and they're like, oh, this guy's actually sick. And they actually, but I'm like trying to skip that fuck this guy step. So
Oh, you can't. No, I love to stay there.
Yeah, well.
Oh, let them. As a fellow wigger, let them just like remain there for as long as possible, but keep proving your goodness until the point where they're like, oh, no. And then I'm like, nope, fuck you. You can stay there. I'm
fair.
such
Did
a
you think
dick.
that it was hindering getting on stage?
Yeah, new cities. Like
Yeah.
Toronto, if I was just gonna stay in Toronto, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Everyone calls me Jam. Everyone like knows and loves me now. You know what I mean? Or some people don't. Whatever. But I'm not getting on their shows anyways. But yeah, fucking now when I'm traveling around more, I find it is hindering.
Yeah.
And
that's fair.
and also like small town people, I think just would rather just see the show for a guy named James Cummins than a guy named JAMEASY, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know. But Jam should be short for James instead of Jim, and that's just my opinion.
You can choose it, man. Fucking
Jam, I like that.
Yeah, like a lot of my friends call me
Jim?
Jam, and
Like
I
what?
find that more of a like I barely heard James anymore. I mean, I barely heard it for like 10 years, and then all of a sudden now I'm like, okay, now I'm James Cummins on posters and stuff. So new people meeting, I'm like, hey, I'm James, whatever. But it like real friends call me Jam, so it feels like coming from a loving place, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a nickname, an endearing thing. It's like, yeah, it's closer, and it's nice when you get to choose it. Do you feel conflict with going back to James?
No, I don't feel any conflict. I don't know. It was definitely. I felt it before when I kept going back and forth. Like I tried to do it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go by James Cummins now. Just go by my real name. And then people were misspelling Cummins on fucking like 3 posters in a row. I'm like, fuck it, back to JAMEASY.
Yeah.
And then I did that for like a couple months, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to. I did like this East Coast run and just hitting up people, whatever. I'm like, I realized it's better to just say James Cummins.
Yeah.
So
Word.
Were you
What
getting
up?
Cummins?
Cummins? Yeah, I've heard people say Cummins for sure. No, but
Cummings.
the thing, that's what I don't like. When people put a G in it.
Cummings.
Yeah, because there's no G in it. The only G is me.
Sick. Fuck yeah, I love that.
But that's the common mistake that people kept putting a G on the flyers and stuff. And I'm like,
Oh.
I hate seeing that because I don't know
not-
if it's true.
that's
But
not-
it's not my name for one, but also my granny. She's like Irish and always like fuck the British and like all what horrible things they did to us in Ireland. And she always told me, she's like, Cummins are the people that stayed in Republic of Ireland. Cummings are those people that
Fucks.
went over with the British. So that's what she says. I don't
dirty
even know if
fucks.
it's even fucking
Got
true.
smoke with the Brits, yo. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Where
Well-
did you grow up?
Brampton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. How was that?
Oh, it was great. I enjoyed being a token white guy in a lot of my friend groups. It really made me a more cultured person, I would say.
1,000%.
100%. Yeah.
You get some
Yeah.
good roti when you're over to your homies
Oh,
at First
definitely.
Place. You got a lot of good food. That was bonus, yeah.
But yeah, Brampton is a great city to come out of, I would say. I have mad love for Brampton. A lot of famous people from Canada came from Brampton.
Russell
Good.
Peters.
Russell Peters, Michael Cera, Jesse Reyes, Alyssa Cara,
No way.
Tristan Thompson. There's
You got the list
Director
ready.
X. There's so many.
The list ready.
Wow.
I've had arguments with people in comment sections on like Six Buzz when they're making fun of Brampton. I'm like, oh yeah, it is a shit city, but they breed talent.
Yeah.
I think the most talent per capita has come out of Brampton.
Wow.
And I don't know how to do math, so I'm probably wrong.
You heard it here, folks.
That's amazing. Shit.
So
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, both ask at the same time. Go.
when
What are
did
some
you go
of your
full-time
comedic
comedy?
influences?
Okay. When did I start doing full-time comedy? What are my comedic influences? Hell yeah, let's go.
Did you just like multitask
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. Oh man, my listening skills. If any pretty girls are out there watching this show, look at those listening skills.
We talked about the importance of listening on our last episode.
Okay, well,
big.
Today.
Shout
okay.
out Jazz.
So I guess when did full-time comedy? I mean, I'm still trying to get there. Like last year, I started making more money off comedy than anything else. So I'm getting there, but I still have to do
Awesome.
other like side jobs.
Yeah.
So I would say the answer to your question is last year when I started touring around more and stuff. Like I'm actually realizing that I could make this a career.
Oh, yes.
Which I always knew I could, but I'm like, it's a long road. It's gonna take
Yeah.
time to get there.
Oh,
For sure.
I'm about 7 years in. I'm hoping by year 10 that we're making it hopefully the only source of income would be
Yeah, yeah.
great.
That's what it'll be.
Let's speak it into existence right now.
So it
Yes.
is.
And so it is.
So it is.
And I
Fuck
have
yeah.
hell yeah.
Easy. Enjoy your way there.
All that and more.
Enjoy your way there.
You would make a great newscaster. All that and more tonight at 10.
No, I would cry too much as I'm reading the sad stories.
That's funny.
I
Maybe you
would
should make a
just-
skit like
I would
that.
just- yeah.
Newscaster that gets really affected by every story in
That's
the
so
news.
funny. I will do it.
Okay, what about, and then in the script,
5,000 dead. What the fuck? How'd they kill
I would
5,000?
seriously react like that. Yeah.
So do it. Make
And-
that a skit. That you can put the
and
background up there, I'm
the
sure.
next episode is she starts to just, instead of saying like the prompted sponsored negative reptilian god news, she's just like starts saying all the happy stories. She's like, my friend Riley got a new baby Rottweiler pit bull and he's cute. You know, she's just like cute like that and
I-
just talks nonsense on the news. 'cause
I do
what's
love
the difference.
in the news when they go from like a horrible story about a guy like raping and murdering
Yeah.
a family, and they're like, and look at this duck. It's
Exactly.
got a couple new ducklings in the pond.
Yeah, they have to throw a couple of those.
They
in
manage
there.
your emotions. It's programming. Yep.
But we're not even allowed to watch the news in Canada, so don't worry, Justin. I won't even look at it. And your
What?
question.
He owns
mean
the
on
news, bro.
Facebook?
Yeah, I mean that's the only place I look at anything
Oh, yeah.
on my phone.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like shocked that I'm like I can't look at CNN, I can't look at CBC. You fucking have the government funds this thing, and I can't even look at it.
Well, you
That's
can
That's
if
crazy.
you type its URL in the search bar, just not on Facebook.
Not on
You
Facebook
can
or
still
Instagram.
source the
No, but
news.
okay, yeah, you can. But I'm just saying the fact that I can't see it on Instagram does. I'm not dying to. Like, if you're playing hard to get, fuck it, CBC, get out of my face.
I don't really understand what the point is, considering that we're still being like targeted and
Control.
marketed to on both platforms. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm a fucking marketing guy's wet dream too. I fall for advertising so easily.
What's the
Yeah.
last thing that you bought off Instagram?
probably a sweater or like a t-shirt or something like.
Nice, you go for it, eh?
Oh yeah, I see some. If they say like buy 2 get 1 free, and I'm like, oh sick, let me get in on that.
You do that.
So, oh yeah, definitely.
We shouldn't
I
be
always-
saying this. They're listening.
I always load up a cart, but then just like leave it.
Oh, you get that far.
Yeah.
You're playing with them.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You're
I'm
like,
like-
you wish.
I would get this. I would get this.
Yeah.
I got fucked by one. One was like t-shirts for like $1.99, and I got like 12 of them, and they never came. They never came.
Oh no.
Too good to be.
Yeah, and I remember emailing the place, and I'm like, so you guys are just a scam, huh? This is just a fucking scam? And like, no, we're not a scam. It says it arrived. I'm like, it didn't arrive. There's only 8 people in my building. Like, they're like, I know no one took my shirts. And anyways, they said they sent it again, still never
in
came.
shirts, bro.
Yeah. What else? I think
Christmas shirts.
these glasses probably
Those
keep
look-
your circadian rhythm in. I got perfect vision. These aren't prescription. These are just to keep the rhythm in.
Those are dope.
You look really cool. You have
Yeah.
cool style.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When
Do
you walk through, I was like, this is a movie moment.
Is that something that you take time for, or is this a throw
No,
together
this
and
is
it's
just-
perfection?
This is pretty relaxed, cool guy stuff over here.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like I think if I throw on a pair of glasses, hey, maybe I'm trying a little bit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Looks
this is,
cool.
other than that, just the regular way. I
You
dress.
know you're coming somewhere, it's going to be recorded.
Yeah. I find putting glasses on adds like a next layer to the podcast.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, like a couple times I've done podcasts with sunglasses on, and everyone just feels cool as hell. And we just, I don't know if you guys ever tried doing your podcast with sunglasses on.
I'll
but
go get my glasses right now.
I guess we could since it's so bright.
Yeah,
It is
exactly.
bright.
Yeah.
See how fucking cool this gets. The 2 things I've done on a podcast that have changed the vibe is putting sunglasses on and taking a shot of moonshine. I did one guy's podcast where they're like, the first like half hour, it was cool, whatever. And then we took a shot of moonshine, and like the next 30 minutes were fire. No, Bailey's would be horrible. That's a bad. I'm sorry to shit on your suggestion like that, but
No, but you're right.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, it's different.
Look
at that.
I don't like when sunglasses you can't see. I can see both of your eyes still,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
Right.
I don't like. We've had a guest
have
on
glasses.
that wore glasses where I
box?
couldn't see their eyes.
Who
And
was
I
that?
like,
Who
let
was
me-
that
I'm
piece
not-
of shit?
I'm not calling them out.
Call him out.
No,
Yeah, all you have to do is look for the episode with
He'll
sunglasses
know.
on.
Exactly.
Nell.
And-
Oh, now?
Yeah, he's awesome. Really nice
he a
guy.
rapper?
Jamaican guy. No, he's in the cannabis industry. He's a mover and shaker.
Okay.
I wanted to see your eyes. Oh no.
I love the way Jamaican people say my name. James.
Jams. It's basically jams.
It's not bad, yeah.
I had a keyboardist and a friend of mine, Jemuel, but he goes by Gems.
Jamuel?
Yeah.
That's a sick name. That's what I'm going to name my
Jamuel.
son.
Yeah.
That's actually what Natish calls me. He calls me Jamuel. Jamuel.
Yeah, Jamuel Roberts.
Where's Roberts come from?
Sam Roberts.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know. I'm just feeling funky.
No, hey, it's the sunglasses.
Yeah.
I never answered your other question when I listened to 2 of your questions at once.
yeah.
I got to.
All influences.
You said influences. My influences. So I have a couple. Obviously, love Dave Chappelle. He was my favorite growing up.
Easy
But
go. Killing him
I was a big
softly.
fan of like black comedy in general, like Def Comedy Jam. Definitely
Martin
big on
Lawrence.
that. Not Martin Lawrence, great, but you know who I loved his sets on Def Comedy Jam was
Bernie
Chris
Mac.
Tucker.
Oh, Chris Tucker.
But my other influence also Bernie Mac. These are my those are my 3 black kings on my influences, and
Beautiful.
then Andrew Dice Clay and Rodney Dangerfield. Those
I
are
was
my.
gonna ask about Clay.
Yeah. Can you? Why you can see an influence of Andrew Dice Clay in me?
Yeah.
Nice.
The ledge fucking.
Oh,
And then Rodney, dude, I get no respect. And
Yeah.
like he's so,
you know.
Yeah.
I love Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
My grandparents used to always like watch the Tonight Show, and they had like all the old discs of like Johnny Carson and Rodney Dangerfield. When he would come on a show, oh my God, this guy was just on all
Oh
the
my-
time. Like
the best.
everything was so funny out of his mouth, yo.
I was a big Rodney
He
Dangerfield.
was so expressive.
Yeah. Always talking about his ugly wife. My wife, she's ugly, you know.
Just walk around and break balls. Don Rickles is funny like that too, but Rodney was definitely another level. Remember when he played the father in Woody Harrelson and The Killers?
Oh,
Natural
Natural Born Killers.
Remember he was the father?
I actually don't remember that movie that much, but now that you're saying that he's the father, I got to go back and
There's
watch
like this weird sitcom-y edge part of like the girl's home life, and he's like abusive, alcoholic, rapey dad.
Rapey. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
Rodney.
fucked up. So it was like, but he was actually a really good actor like that. He was really gifted. He was fucked up. Definitely make you feel weird ways in that movie.
Well, they don't call him Rodney Safefield.
Dude, that is so fun. So tell me about the grind. Tell me about the grind of developing this skill.
I don't know, man. Just doing comedy. Like, basically, I just found out I was good at it. Found out I like doing it. I do it all the time. And anything that you do all the time, you're gonna get better at. And the one thing you guys were saying, like how good I am at crowd work, like I definitely made a point to get better at it. I would go to this music open mic actually where they don't want to hear comedy.
Which one?
It was Free Times Cafe. It was on a Tuesday night. You guys used to go to that?
No, but I
Christian
know the one
Bridges
that you're
used to go there.
talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I've
it would
done
be
it.
like
I've done it back in
I would
the
just
day.
watch the other musicians set, and then I'd be like, I would just think about stuff that's like going on in their sets, and I'd go up and be like, hey, that guy was fucking good. Oh, they talk about like this and that, and then make some jokes about some like lyrics that were in their songs or whatever. And talk to people about. Once I got their attention off talking to them about themselves, then I can like fuck around with them a little bit on like, oh, who's fucking, you know, da, 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 like,
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely got better because it was like 10-minute sets too. So I'd just be up there like trying my hardest not to tell a joke for as long as I could because I know that's not really once I like maybe if I hook them in I can start telling jokes. But I knew like the way to get in is just crowd work
Yeah.
for sure. So yeah, I got way better at crowd work by doing that.
Wow. That's admirable. Sounds, that feels, I'm in part of my journey where that feels too scary
Yeah.
right now.
I don't know. Like, I mean,
To not rely on my jokes, I've lasted like 30 seconds. I'm not even lying.
okay. Well, the best way to try it out and practice it also is to host a show. Because when you host,
Yeah.
it's actually bad to tell jokes right away. Like I
Yeah.
actually get when a host goes up there and he immediately starts telling jokes, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like these people haven't even settled in yet. Like
Lube them up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you get a chance to. You don't have to get laughs like immediately. You just get to know them a little bit and then see if funny shit happens. And I think you'll actually be really good at it.
You know what a powerful host does? I did a so far jam for musics last night. It was nice in Kensington Market, and it was a small venue, and they were all musicians kind of waiting to all go up on stage and like pour their heart out, you know, and like have everyone watch. But the room was not connected yet. And like the host, who's lovely, who's a great singer himself, but was kind of approaching it like, hey everyone, listen up, you know? And then I got on and just like spit bars at people and bullied people in rhyme for 5 minutes. And then
Right.
like everyone was like, then togetherness. And that's what I see you do.
Yeah.
You go up and you're like, yo, nobody's safe. Now you're all connected because nobody's safe and I'm popping up. But I'm a nice guy too. Hello, let's all have a good night.
Okay, yeah, that's
it's
what I was
so
gonna ask.
important.
That was a great description. That was a great impression of me.
Yes, sir. No, because I know it. I know the play. It's
So-
a good
Yeah.
move.
Nice, man.
Do you check out the room like before you go on stage? Are you like making things happen in your head prior?
I think if I'm hosting, I do try and like at least 5-10 minutes before, like just look at the crowd and be like, okay, yeah, that could be fun to talk about.
Yeah,
like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like start thinking like, or even I might
Shirts.
overhear a conversation that they had. And I'm like, hey, so I heard you were fucking, it's your bachelor or whatever. You know what I mean? I heard
Nice.
the bartender at Corners, one of them at least, she's hilarious.
They're all awesome there.
They're all great, but there's one that like gets into like combos with these people, like talks about crazy shit, and also like embarrasses some guys sometimes. Where it's like a guy will come up and he's like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna get a Miller, and I don't know what my girl likes." And then he goes to turn to ask her, and she's like, "Beta male, can't even make up a decision, can't even order a drink for herself." And I'm just sitting there watching it, like dying of laughter, like watching her cut this guy up, watching his dick go inside of his body. Like,
I've seen her. She's hilarious.
she's hilarious. And so sometimes I'll just ask her, I'm like, "You got any fun stories tonight?" And she'll be like, "Well, this guy, they're from America. They're fucking cool. These guys over here, they're pussies, whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So
That's
she's
sick.
I don't know
she
if
gets a
there's
great
one
lay
of all that.
of the land there.
Dude, to get plugged into that natural resource of vibes and understanding of the room is incredible. Wise.
Are you a freestyler? Is that what you do a lot of?
That's what I've built my reputation and like job out of.
Are you like Harry Mack? Is that what you're?
Essentially, if you will, but then I sing as well. So I appreciate Harry Mack has brought a huge visibility to the art form for sure. And basically it's like, yeah, let's create a scenario song or piece of art out of the crowd suggestions, yes. And then I do my best to make it like a full cohesive song, which is really fun. So I'll do it with a live band. And then I have a process that I've built over the years that works best from crowd suggestions. And it's like, who's brave? And then somebody always puts up their hand. And then I'm like, great, open your DMs. and then they go to. So it's like I have this pressure point of building
wow.
tension, and then they go, what? And then usually it's like this moment of like, you got to reveal a lot. Then I say number between 1 and 7, 4. Fourth message down, number between 1 and 10, 9. Ninth message sent. What was that said? And then they say it, and they're like,
Goddamn.
that's the name of the song. What's the genre? And then someone will say jazz or rock or country or gangster rap, and it doesn't matter. And then I go, you guys got something like that? Very well. And then we make a song.
I'm gonna just look at my phone right now because I want to see what the fourth message down, ninth thing is in my DMs and see if it would ruin my day if you rapped about it. You know?
Yeah. Go in your DMs.
Oh,
Go
no.
for it. Yeah.
I love this.
It's so sick. Yeah.
Yep. Don't want you rapping about that.
and that reaction would be hysterical, and everyone would get a kick out of that. And then, in fact, I wouldn't push. I'd say, nope, don't want you rapping about that, and we'd make the song about that. And then I'd go through lists of possible things. So it's like we're always just moving forward, but I'm a trained improviser, so it's my little cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But lots of rap ciphers in between, and lots of performing for nachos and beers at bars and open mics, and taking any gigs in the middle of Scarborough or whatever I got to do to go drive and freestyle and build that show up. And then I fucking put it to assets. You have to figure out what that is really good for as a skill other than just a party trick or like hoping to get hired as a good performer. So in 2018, we released a song with a music video every day for a year instead of a world record.
Damn.
So then I had like something to stand on, so then I could sell that show.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like boom, boom. But we thought that was going to go viral, and it didn't. Like Gary Vee even knows about it, but like nobody wanted to like help boost the signal, and it was his idea.
Gary Vee knows about it, and
Yeah.
he's just like, I'm not helping.
Because it didn't go viral. So unless you actually prove their case worthy, because like somebody will go viral if they do this every day. I wish someone would reached out if they did it.
Did you do any music videos at a garage sale? Maybe Gary Vee would like talk about that.
Dude, those videos of his are great though. I
Yeah.
thought about those. He's like, if you're broke, no excuses if you're broke. Go to a fucking garage sale. Watch me, I'll do it.
You should go to a garage sale and rap about all these things that you pick up.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Hey, that's sick.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna do
I
that.
Just Gary Vee, you know.
Absolutely.
Dude, well done.
You know what you fucking gotta do?
Go make some fucking.
That's
How
sick.
do we find
Garage
out
sales.
about garage sales now?
Yeah.
There used to be signs.
Signs on
Yeah.
corners.
There still is.
Sometimes
No, there
there's
still
fun
is.
signs.
I've seen signs. I'll keep you guys posted if I see a sign in my neighborhood.
I feel like I kind of want to go to like an outskirts garage sale. Like a Toronto garage sale's fine. It's good sometimes.
No, you want
but,
one in the
like,
suburbs.
Right?
You want one in Whitby, Ontario. That's
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where you get the like
Good
really
shit.
expensive antique for $5.
I got an antique that I want to take to like an antique roadshow and see what it's worth. So I was on my way back from Sault Ste. Marie, and I was with my friend Dave Luca, and he's like traveling with like your mom. He sees an antique store. He's like, oh, let's go check that out. And I'm like, sure, let's go check it out. So we go in, and I saw this one of those old Italian plates, like the metal plates. It says it's over 100 years old.
Yes.
It has the Last Supper on it. And normally the Last Supper, you have everyone on one side, right? This Last Supper has people on both sides. So I'm like, this looks like a rare take on the Last Supper. And I got it for like $50 or $40 or something like that. But I think it might be worth like a couple hundred maybe. Who knows?
Dude, you
Great
could be sitting on
investment.
mad
It could be something, right?
cream right
Yeah,
now.
who knows?
Maybe thousands.
Maybe thousands.
You could be getting yourself a custom grill.
Oh, yeah. Then we're getting a custom grill. Then we're ruining my teeth for life.
No, does it?
We're getting if you put one on that doesn't come off. You know what I mean?
Do they do that? Does Juicy J have one that's like on forever?
I
No.
don't know. And you know what? I should know that about Juicy J.
Paul Wall, like all these guys who constantly always have it on at night. Do they sleep with it?
Paul Wall, I feel like switches his around all the time because he's the people's champ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Juicy J,
What it
I feel
do,
like it's been
baby?
the same gold grill for the longest time. I don't know.
Yeah, he's the original.
Just super glued it on.
Just replacing your teeth with gold. That's what I thought.
Mad flavor.
Pretty
What's your
cool.
favorite Juicy J album to date?
He has one called "The Hustle Continues," and it was from a couple years ago. Like not even like that old, but I loved like every song on it. But this new one, "Mental Trillness 2," it's fucking getting in the running.
Yeah?
He has "Mental Trillness 1," which is good, but "Mental Trillness 2," my goodness. First song on it's called "Serenity." I think you guys would love it. You guys look like serene people.
We are.
Yeah,
Or
most
we
of it's
we try to be.
shake that ass music, but like "Serenity" is like a nice chill one. Like very like just getting better as a man and just being peaceful and saying goodbye to bad habits.
Nice. Good one.
Fuck. That's amazing. Juicy J is even getting in the mindful game.
Yeah. Apparently he said he's going to release 7 albums this year, and it's the hardest he's ever been working. And I respect, Juicy J.
Mad respect to Juicy J.
How
He's
many
good.
songs are on this album?
This one, I think 12.
That's pretty good.
Man, I wasn't ready for the pop quiz, yo.
Steady.
I was listening to it today, but I didn't count. And you know me, I don't count.
Yeah, fuck that.
Okay.
Are you, sorry, do you know I think he has his line of papers, right?
Yeah.
He got into the weed game.
Oh, yeah.
That's so impressive.
What, is it just called Juicy Rolling Papers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Juicy Papes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's doing
yeah,
great.
they're good.
Oh, we're good, thank you. What was that one? Sorry.
What's your relationship with weed?
I've been smoking it, pretty much like just inhaling and exhaling mostly.
Yeah, totally.
Not a big edible guy. Don't really like edibles.
Why?
I don't know. I think I just don't. I either feel like I don't get high enough or I get too high.
Yeah.
And I get too high for too long. That's the other thing.
It's
just
very
like-
inconsistent.
And I get tired. I get way more tired. And I think I just like the experience of smoking. Like I just
Me too.
like pause. I like putting it in my mouth and sucking it. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Hey.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Me too.
I feel you. Yeah.
I love that.
No, it is cool. Smoking is fun and cool, kids. It is.
It is fun and cool.
It's like you
How long
look
have you
cooler
been
as a
doing
person.
it for?
I mean, I got probably like early high school, like grade 9. I got high for the first time, but I wasn't. But
yeah.
But I remember grade 11, 12. I didn't smoke that much because I was playing football a lot, and they were saying, "Oh, we might drug test and all this stuff." So I remember, like, I love football, so I never took any chances with that. But as soon as I got to university, I was smoking every day.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. What position did you play football?
I played cornerback and safety. I was a white corner, dying breed, yo.
Wow, you definitely. That's
I
amazing.
used to be able to run fast and jump high.
As quarterback. I did this. I love football as well. Who's your favorite team?
The Raiders.
Oh. Dope.
Yeah, when I started watching, they
West
were good, but
Coast.
it's been mostly just years
Oakland.
of testing my loyalty because it's been a lot of shit years since I started watching. But when my first 2 years of watching football, they were great. Good times.
Yeah. I'm an Eagles fan from Owen's time.
Do you think that people can get as much joy watching a team win than as the players themselves who are winning?
Oh yeah. I think some if it's like a fan base that hasn't seen this team win in so long, and that player, winning is great, but I think the fan could even feel it more than the player because if they've been it's like watching your kid do something great. You know what I mean? It's like something that you love, like succeeding, and maybe that person that just got to the team, or maybe they had so much success other places that it's like they can't appreciate it the same way as this downtrodden fan. Like, there's people that fucking live and die by sports in like Boston that didn't see any championships for years, and then that curse on the Boston Red Sox. I forget what the thing was. I'll mix up my curses, but even the Chicago Cubs. Okay, Chicago Cubs, they had one that was like a 100-year curse. Said they'd never win again because this guy brought a goat in the stadium, and he used to do it all the time. And then one day they said, "You can't have a goat in here. Get the hell out of here." He's like, "You know what? You guys are never going to win a championship again." No. And then they didn't win for like 100 years.
He put that on him because he couldn't bring his goat in.
Yeah.
Holy.
Exactly. So
That guy was the goat.
well, they greatest curse of all time for sure.
I was a waitress during the
2010.
Vancouver
Olympics?
No, it wasn't the Olympics. It
Oh,
was the
when they went to the Stanley
Vancouver
Cup?
The World Cup.
No, Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup.
And they got to the finals and they lost and they tore the city
They
down.
trashed the place.
Yeah.
And also, I was a waitress, and so it was Boston that they were against, I think. And the opposing team, this was in Vancouver, walks in. Okay, it's this dad who's probably in his 40s with like an 8-year-old boy, and grown adults in Canuck shirts start booing this child.
Yep.
They didn't feel comfortable to stay. So that being said,
That's
I think
hilarious. I love it.
sometimes it gets a little much. Sometimes I feel for fans. I'm like, hey, you guys don't have to feel this much.
Well, I feel bad for the people that go to a game away when they're the away team and they go and they get like beat up at the stadium or something. Like, I feel bad for that. But a little kid getting booed is hilarious to me.
Not if you were there. Not if you looked that little boy in the eye.
Well, okay, I'll tell you the opposite of that. So there's one video, I forget what team it was, but basically like they kept going to this little kid that was like just a little shy little boy that was like the crowd would go, yeah, for, you know, he's wearing like the home team colors. And then they would go to an away fan and everyone would go, boo.
Oh my God.
And then they go back to the little kid, yeah. And by the like fourth time they go back to the little kid, he's like at first he's like a little bit coy and like not into it, but by the time the fourth time they're going back to him, he's like loving it. He's like, this is fucking sick.
I'm powerful.
Yeah, but what about the other sad fucker?
Well, that's.
He just gets more shame every single time.
Well, no, they would go to different, like, say like they away team was Chicago. They'd go to, like, every Chicago fan in the house. Okay. Exactly.
Keep going back to that one.
Yeah, just the one loser.
Going back to the one guy would be tough. So you're not a big sports fan, Winnie?
No. I wish. I feel like there's a dimension, a reality in which I'm a crazy sports fan. I do like the culture of it. Like I like seeing people pooling in bars and stuff and sharing a pint of beer and nachos and like being together in passion. I think that's fucking cool, but I just don't have any interest.
And were your parents big fans of Winnie the Pooh? Is that where you get the name from?
No, yeah, we touched on both of your names. My full name is Wilhelmina.
Wilhelmina.
Yes, and I was named after my Oma, and her short form was Willie and Will, and my mom was like, nah.
Ah.
So she took out the L's and threw in some N's.
Took out the L's and made you a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. What's your background?
Dutch.
Dutch, yeah. Oma. That just reminded me of.
And Opa.
You're from Ireland?
Yeah. Well, my dad was born there. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
You ever been?
I've been a couple times. Yeah. I've done comedy over there a couple times. I would love to make it an annual thing.
Home of the redheads.
Yeah, definitely a lot of redheads. I have a couple redheads in my family.
Yeah.
Didn't get blessed with the ginger genes.
It's okay.
Well, I'm pretty happy to not have it, actually.
Yeah, when we were growing up, it wasn't as cool as it is now.
Is it cool now? I don't even think it's cool now.
No?
No. I think people are like, I want to fuck a redhead, but they're not like, I want to hang out with a redhead. You know, so how cool is it really?
I don't know. I think some people do want to hang out with redheads.
Have you ever heard someone say that? I want a redhead friend.
Not specifically, but I've never really heard anyone say I want like a blonde friend.
Yeah, yes, they have. Yes, I have.
Or a brown-haired friend.
I mean,
I
they
want
don't
a
have to
bald
because
friend.
it's already understood that we want them in the mix.
They're there. They're there dominating the mix.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
So what does a successful career look like to you?
Oh man, great question. So happy you asked. A successful career to me is just
Deep.
is honestly like, okay, I would like to be able to travel and do comedy and not stress and cry over selling tickets. Like, I want to know that I can go to these cities and people there want to see me. So I don't know. Maybe I need like 500,000 fans to do that. Maybe it's only 200,000. I don't know. But let's say I need a couple 100,000 people that really fuck with me and will come out when I go to their city. Like, that'd be great. And I'll just go to those cities and it'll be fun.
Use this as a clip for when you're on the tour that is happening.
Yeah. This will be my championship DVD opening.
Yes, exactly.
I just want 200,000 fans that fuck with me. And then everyone's like, yeah, where's some of those 200,000?
And you're walking on stage
Yeah.
from behind and you're like, I remember I was on Discipline Stoners and then now I have 500,000 fans.
Yeah, and there's a Juicy J song playing in the background for sure.
Would you get him to do you a custom track for your tour?
I would love to just meet Juicy J and do a podcast with him. No offense to you guys, but I wish Juicy J was here right now. But
I guess so do we.
that's my dream
Why
podcast.
not?
That's my dream
it'd be
guest.
great.
Like,
We can invite Juicy J. If I would have known, I would have called him.
also, my dream podcast to be on. There's a couple, but have you guys listened to Cameron and Mace have a new podcast?
Yeah,
It Is What
because
It Is?
I got them to weigh in on push-ups and Euphoria and like.
What do you mean you got them to weigh on it? Like you
Well, just
messaged
like
the show or something?
no, they just weighed in on it, and I was listening to it, and I felt I felt like I was part of the conversation because it's a podcast. But for me, They were the.
So you got them to like you manifested it. You're like, I really want to hear their thoughts on it, and then they started talking about it.
I didn't know they had a podcast until this beef situation came up with the songs.
Oh, wow.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
Drake and Kendrick were on it.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
And they were weighing in, and like I've always been a Mace fan. That's like one of my first
Sick.
CDs. Yeah.
Harlem World. Great.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, I know that album like almost front to back.
It's fire.
It's one of my first ones. And then Puff Daddy and the Family. Shout out him acting like more of a priest than Mace. It means he was making out with young men.
Oh yeah. Damn.
See that?
Yeah.
What do
I
you
just
want?
want you to check the time because I don't know.
You gotta go?
No. Yeah, we're good.
We're good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do another 50 minutes if you wanted me to.
Shit.
I just got to be out at 8 o'clock. Is that okay?
What are you doing?
I just got to
I
show.
thought your
I got to
first
show at
show was-
8:30.
Okay, I
That's
thought
like
it
a
was
half an
at
hour
8.
away.
Okay.
So no, it's not at 8. Anyways, we're
Okay,
good.
nice.
Which way?
It's
The lab.
Brunswick and Bloor.
Oh, right on.
Shout out the lab. We
Shout
had
out the
Danton
lab.
on. He's the best.
And
They-
shout out the thing he's building.
They have a show that they're crowdfunding right now.
Are you
called
in it?
Douche Rehab. No, I'm not. But I
Wow.
like everyone that's in it.
Can't believe you didn't cast Winnie in it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
No, if I ever need a news,
still promoting it.
if I ever need a newscaster in a sketch, I know who to call.
Thank you.
Yeah, you crying
today.
and doing the news.
I love the circuit and the network and the web of comedians that exists. Like, a lot of talent has come through this show. The web continues to unfold. You're an important Pokemon for us to collect. I'm so glad that you're here.
I'm wiggling in the ball right now.
It's
Am I
me.
gonna let them keep me as a Pokemon?
Which
Yep.
Pokemon would you be?
No
Are you,
choice.
Snorlax. No, I actually don't watch Pokemon, but that guy, I've seen him and he looks cool and he
He's
looks
so
fun.
cute.
If I ever do a series of guest Pokemon things, you will be made a Snorlax.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be fat as hell. I've been losing weight, and now some of my fat jokes don't hit the way they used to. I lost 25 pounds this year.
Wow.
Dude,
Wow.
congrats. Yes.
big.
Yeah, so I started the year. We did a weight loss challenge with a couple of comedians. There was 5 of us. Everyone put in $100, and then whoever lost the most weight won. I lost by 2 pounds. I lost 25. The winner lost 27. But either way, paying $100 to lose 25 pounds was worth it.
Wow.
And yeah, so now I'm doing these jokes that I did when I was 25 pounds heavier, and I did them on Friday night, and like people were looking at me like, nah, you're not fat, so this doesn't make sense. We don't trust it. You look down like, no, he's
I was
still
just
fat.
like, no, good for you. No, I was.
You just gotta now get when you've recorded those jokes, just put them on social
Yeah,
media.
yeah, I gotta
and-
just let 'em-
and let them live.
Let him live
Yeah.
and die.
Oh, that's brilliant, though.
Sorry.
No, you know that their
Your
success
health is more important.
more important.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm not gonna get fat again just for the jokes to work.
May I ask who won?
Dave Luca, shout out to Dave Luca. yo.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Who is someone you host a weekly show with called Wheel of
Of
Comedy?
comedy.
I love this.
No, we don't have a theme song, but we should.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the way you said it. And it's not every week. It's twice a month. But anyways, the next one is
Bi-weekly.
How when's this episode coming out?
Next week.
Okay, you just missed
Friday.
the show because this game Wheel of Comedy was on Monday that just passed. But there'll be another one in like 2 weeks. Check me out on Instagram or at Wheel of Comedy.
We'll
and
put
you'll,
it. We'll
see.
put the info.
Yeah.
We do
down in
rapping
the
on there. I need to get
description
better at
below.
rapping. If you got any
Yeah,
tips, 'cause
I was
we do a lot
just
of
on.
freestyling on
I
there.
was just on Angelica's show. You know, the comedian.
Hell
She
yeah,
has a
that's
Daily
another one of my
Surprise.
best friends in comedy.
She's incredible, and I
Yeah.
got to teach her how to freestyle rap with 3 components. So I think everyone
Can
should do it.
Can we do it right now?
Sure.
You want to teach me?
I mean, yeah, I was doing it with beats with her, but I can give you like the 3 breakdowns for sure.
Well, I'm sure Winnie can beatbox.
Sure, absolutely. And you don't want to fold in a rhythm. I'ma keep it going like percussion with the rhythm and see if she can catch it and get it. Keep it going like a digit. Okay, are you with it? Amazing. And then are you equipped to understand what I say when I rhyme? The first concept is to conceptualize. Then you know who you are, how to live in your life, how to choose a perspective, how to hit the function just right from the character scheme. If you're an actor, then you be following me. Eventually, that you can see the outcome. It will be whatever you focus on. So if you focus on the concept, there's no going wrong.
I'm impressed, but I also didn't learn anything.
Okay.
I think. Wait. Can I try and say what I did learn?
Please.
You said to conceptualize.
Yes.
All right. So I got to have a concept that I'm speaking,
and know your perspective.
And then after that, I kind of was just like watching you with my eyes wide and being like, this is pretty sick.
Thank you. That's funny. Yeah. Winnie's very sweet, but she's more of a lead than a holder downer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if ever prompted to beatbox, just veto.
Yeah. Well, you didn't. You quit
It's
on
very
him. You
fun.
actually left them high and dry.
Well, we
I'd
got
rather.
off beat.
I love you. It's okay.
I mean, no, you.
Did we
We
get
did,
off beat?
yeah.
I thought you guys were doing good together, and then you were just like, go on without me.
Yeah.
Just, you know what? You got this.
No, but here, I'll give you the 3 quick
self-sacrifice.
breakdowns. I won't do it all in rhyme, but it's conceptualize, and then the other side is the technical, mechanical thing that you have to practice. You got to know what rhymes you do. Your average person can only go up to 4. Angelica went up to 7 or 8. Creative people often can go higher. Like what? 5.
So I need to have 8 bars, is what you're saying.
No. Not of just anything. Just rhyme schemes that you know what rhymes.
I want to know how I can beat her right now. How much? So
I don't know.
how do you count to 8?
So,
what do you mean? She did
don't
8
worry
what?
about that. Like single syllable rhymes. So there's only so many sounds. Like like rap.
Yeah,
okay, and then there's like ooh, and then oh. Yeah, and then E. So all these vowel sounds basically, but then you can just bend words into one of them. So how many words right now off the top do you know that start with rap? Rhyme with rap.
Bap, slap, clap, nap, flap, slap, tap, grab.
So then you start kind of bending words. So that was 8. That was good. That was 7. So it was 7, but then the 8th you made up a word, and that's actually
Wait, what was my last word?
Grap, but you were going grapple.
I grapped it,
But because
yeah.
you could have went grapple, and it could still work.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Squeezing on you. Grab,
I feel
pull.
like you got bars.
Got you in there, and it's not full. Like my cup, she filled it up. Now we on a podcast fucking it up. Did up with up, but sometimes you do that in rap.
Sometimes.
You do.
Yeah.
I like. You ever listen to Project Pat? Project Pata. He has like a rhyme scheme where he does like a lot of like he'll just say
Oh, of
anything.
course.
I had a cuppa, filled it with a nuppa, some water. Like you know. What I mean?
UCJ is all about that.
Yeah,
too.
they're both like North Memphis. Like that's
Yeah.
what definitely like a what do you call it? Not a rhythm, like a cadence that came from
Yeah,
there. A cadence.
it's the whole melody thing. It's like the original melody rap. Okay, and then so it's to learn to conceptualize, seeing that you like played yourself as a like rougher version. So if you made a choice about say like the creative direction about like how you conceptualize and approach these bars, like who you are as a character.
Right.
But obviously playing yourself is great and most authentic. But if you think about it a certain way, like you can sway yourself to be more Southern, sway yourself to be more West Coast and swang like Snoop Dogg, or sway yourself another way as a UK rapper or whatever. So there's different approaches.
Been loving UK rap.
Huge drill.
Yeah,
Fuck.
drill.
Give me a momentum. I said this is crazy.
Have you seen when they do the battle raps in the UK? It's actually so entertaining. Like I'll send you one after.
Sick.
That a guy making fun of a girl for being fat, and it's the best bars. Like it's so fun. Like everyone's having a good time, Winnie. I know you're looking at me like, oh, you shouldn't make fun of girls for being fat. When it's rapping,
In
you're
hip
allowed
hop,
to.
it's okay, yeah. And then the other side, just to close that up, because I love that you love and rap, is so conceptualize technique. So you got to know what rhymes, and you can practice those rhyme schemes like oh, mo, slow, do, fo. And then the other side is the emotional rocket. It's like what you're saying. At one point, it doesn't even matter what you're rhyming with, as long as you're kind of like chasing down this emotional fuel, like you have a reason. Like even like, you know how Common and always like, I said for the people, like, you know, like he uses that so often, but it's like you really feel his like intention, and it's the emotional rocket. So me and Angelica did a compliment battle, and like that was to set the intention. So you had like an energetic fuel, like a momentum that you could ride off of. All this doesn't matter. Like I started doing a bunch of house parties and stuff and just got my brain all mad prolific, yo. And I was just like always trying to rhyme for what rhymes and rhymes. And it's all fast. And then I like prove myself as a scientist. And it's like, that's people, you lose people. You'll lose people if you just become like cannabis actually manifested as bad as again.
Right.
Like people can't even really pay attention. Like it's just us geeks who sit in our room and listen to CD Walkmans and over who really hear all those deep, dark, intense lyrics anyway.
I'm sure you guys have already talked about your opinions on Kenyon and Drake, or Kendrick and Drake battle. I think obviously Kendrick, you know, he has some great songs and everything, and I think Drake fucking lost at this point now that he was called a pedophile, and his defense was, I'm too famous to be a pedophile, which doesn't make sense. If I was, I would have been arrested because I'm so famous. It's like, no, that's the opposite of how it works. There's guys that get away with it for so long. Anyway, so that was a shit defense. But I will say, for listenable song that I would like to pull out and listen to, the third part, you know how in Family Matters, he has 3 different beats?
Yeah.
That third beat, oh man.
Where he goes almost UK drill rap.
Yeah, I love that. I would love to pull that out and just listen to that alone as a song.
And Rick can read me my Miranda rights.
Mm-hmm.
That flow, nuts.
Yeah, I love it.
And even push-ups, man. Like, it's a good track.
Mm-hmm. He makes good songs. Hey,
That's it. He makes good
spoiler
songs.
alert, Drake makes good music. Whatever the fuck he's up to, the guy fucking makes hits. And he's
Yeah.
been doing it for a long time, too.
Yeah.
Respect.
Exactly.
Respect, Drake.
Exactly. I love that. No, but that was the world got something, and I feel like it's been so focused on war and polarization with such like seemingly life-threatening stakes over the past half a decade, including recent war and stuff, for us just to kind of have it's a mirroring of war. It's like we're humans are always going to need someone to fight for our entertainment to a certain degree, but like for people to use art for us all to cathartically feel them like work that out, that was fucking fun.
Yeah. You guys work it out. We'll listen to the songs, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
then
And
just be nice to each other, though.
At the end of the day,
Was it all too much for you? Did it make you want to cry? When you heard you guys are saying too many mean things to each other.
yeah, it was pretty
I don't
funny.
think it's necessary.
Everyone was looking at 2 like wealthy artists create bars, and like black guys too. Like,
Well,
this is fucking cool. Like, this is like everyone got to like everyone heard about this
It is
rap
neat.
beef, and the fact that they can keep it on wax and no one got shot or killed. This is cool.
What I honestly, like, conspiracy theorists in me thought that it was all just a distraction from what was going on with P. Diddy, right? I think because P. Diddy news came out, and then 20 rappers had diss songs about Drake. Everyone starts talking about that for a couple weeks. The Kendrick versus Drake, that lasts a week and a half, whatever. And then the video of him punching Cassie came out, and then they're like, hey, you know what, P. Diddy, we can't help you anymore. We can't, what are we fucking going to distract from the video now? Like, the rumors we can distract from, but we can't distract from a video, so.
Oh, I've never thought of that. I'm intrigued. I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist like that myself too. There's always something going on.
Yeah, there's always something going on. And in the media, nothing happens by accident. That's what I've learned. So, like, all of these things, like, I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a true
You don't think all
statement.
20 of those people that made diss songs against Drake all went to Diddy parties? Of course.
Yeah, why wouldn't he flex his influence? That's interesting. Too bad about Dids.
Too
Dang.
bad about him being a horrible person. Yeah, it's too bad that happened.
There's too bad about the cancel culture that prevails too. It's like we constantly need someone. You know what I mean? Like, it will be someone else next week. As much as like, yeah, fuck Dids if he's doing that shit. Diddy didn't do it.
Wait, did you see the video?
With Cassie in the
Yeah.
elevator and running out, and yeah.
I mean, so he did it. He did
Yeah,
it.
no, 1,000%.
I mean, there's other worse things that he could have done, but that alone, I'm like, yeah, that's enough to say, like, the guy's a bit of a bad guy.
I get, but then just like that in society, period. Like, once we're done with Diddy, it will be someone else that did something bad. Like, it was like, and for sure, I'm not dismissing his. I'm just saying, like, that living entity existing in society of like, you ever have like the self-awareness discussion with yourself that like, these details of what I'm anxious about aren't important. I just need to feel anxious for like an hour a day, so I'm plugging in different fucking video game titles into this energy socket to keep it alive because it serves my ego identity or perpetuates some sort of pain I'm addicted to. You know, like, society is broken in the way it needs to condemn constantly. It's just like, for sure, Diddy and like that abuse of women, no way. But once we're done with him, that poisonous society, we got to deal with that because it's the leftist snake eating its own tail, taking over, and it's the devil's energy. I'm not
You
a
forget
Jesus
though,
freak.
this
I'm
is
just
the
saying.
first time that like people aren't getting away with things who
And that's
have
good.
power.
And
so
that's
we just
cool.
have to like continue to do that for a while until people in power are like,
Are
holy
better.
shit, I maybe need to check myself because there's a possibility that someone's filming right now or something. Like, I shouldn't do this thing. Like, it's like a behavior check essentially. Like, we have to like make sure people pay for their actions. Like, there's consequences, right? Otherwise, people will just continue to do crazy shit.
But you know what does suck? Now, like, guys that, like, worked really hard to get to a good place in life, right? When, like, to be successful, right? to be successful and maybe famous. I don't know. But now if a girl wants to have sex with them, they have to be like, oh man, but am I in a position of power over her? It's like, but what happened to just getting pussy? You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just enjoy? Like, yeah, they want to fuck me because I'm rich and famous. Yeah, okay, fine. Like that's like what I'm supposed to turn that down now? Like what the fuck? Like
get a fucking e-doc
Oh,
consent
that's
form.
sexy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sign it and we're good.
Oh, that's so that feels rapier than the old way. You know what I mean?
You're covering your shit.
Like, hey, you want to sign this? It's like, what the fuck? Like, I thought we were just having a fun time.
I would turn it into a sexy thing.
You can't. You
have to.
James, I need to tell you right now that when you get famous, you gotta watch yourself.
I know.
See, that's love and
No,
care.
I appreciate that.
Comedian peer love.
You're
right
so
there.
right.
That's
and
true.
And I know, like, I have to be careful.
You're a single
because
man?
I'm a single
And
man.
you're a charming man.
I'm okay. I don't know, like,
No, you're
but
very nice
I find I like women are great. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Love what they're doing. Love everything they've ever done for me. And I hope
really
I
are.
hope we can continue to have such a great relationship.
Aren't they fabulous?
Yeah.
Oh,
When I was in
gosh.
grade 8, I made in my yearbook. They said, "Who are your heroes?" And I said, "Women and my future self." And so far,
It's fucking dope.
we're both doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So beautiful.
Do you have a nice relationship with your mom?
Yeah. Mom,
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah.
Is she the best?
She's a great mom. Yeah, I'm the best. I'm like, everyone
have
has great moms.
sisters?
I have an older sister. She's like more like another mom too.
Yeah.
Like we don't have like a brother. Like she was such a good kid, and I wasn't like such a bad kid, but I was a stupid kid. You know what I mean? So I was always getting in trouble, and she'd be like, it'd be at the dinner table. It'd be 3 against 1. It wouldn't be like my siblings like helping me get out of trouble.
no.
I'd be like, yo, it's supposed to be us against them. Help me out right now.
Yeah.
So
But-
yeah, you looked at women as like powerful.
Oh, definitely. In my family, like women are loud and funny and stuff. Like my granny and my cousin, and like a lot of like strong personalities from the women. Of like my crazy aunt, you know what I mean? Like all the like a lot of. So when I started doing comedy, and I'm making fun of women and being like misogynistic, in my mind, it's always just funny because in my family, they're like the power. They're
Like the matriarch.
right, and then so
that.
I
so
love
me
that.
taking them down in a funny way, like we're you know what I mean.
You can
I
feel
don't-
that. You
I
can-
love and respect them, but it is
Yeah.
funny to make fun of women.
You can feel that. You're doing it from a place like this is intense. That's funny that I'm even saying this. Like that's dope. I feel that. I resonate with that.
Yeah. But I will say like my comedy, like I don't have like a great like getting pussy act. You know what I mean? Like a lot of girls will watch it and be like, I don't know if I want to fuck him after he said all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the ones that do, God bless them. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow.
There's always some.
There's always some, and some is enough. Some is more than enough. Some will fill my cup, and I don't need an overflowed cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Good. That sounds healthy.
Love.
You took the advice of Waterfalls by TLC. This has been really nice. I just really quick want to get your thoughts on Maury Povich.
Oh, Maury Povich. Yeah, another one of my comedy idols. Growing up, man, daytime TV, I love Maury Povich. Like, everyone was like, Jerry. I was like, nah, Maury's way better than Jerry Springer. Sorry for all
Yeah.
you Jerry tards out there,
It
or
was
whatever
more
you call
lifelike.
yourselves.
Jerry Springer had like an element of the WWF.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Maury, there were fights and stuff still, but like, I don't know, it felt more
The fact
real
that they could do
somehow.
like 5 days a week paternity tests is
Yeah.
really a sad thing for families in
Maury.
New York City. But
Were
yeah,
those people actors? They were, right?
I don't know. And honestly, I'd
They
rather not
must.
learn.
Yeah.
Because I remember when
He
I found
just
out.
retired 2 years ago or something, right?
Maury?
Yeah, pretty recently.
Yeah, it was recently.
He got up there. But yeah, I thought he was a really entertaining guy. Like, I would love to host a show like Maury. I try and like that's why like I would
I
say
would
that's
love that.
where some of my crowd work comes from. I love getting into like family drama, asking people about getting cheated on, and like
Yo.
I love like getting the dirt. That's why like I'm surprised when people don't hear about their family gossip. Like when I ask like how did your dad get caught cheating on your mom, and they say I don't know. I'm like, how do you not know that? Like, why aren't you asking those questions?
Yeah.
In your family to like, because that's exciting to me to find out how dad got caught cheating. You know?
Yeah.
Are you guys parents together?
Oh,
Like, I know you're not brother and sister, hopefully.
That's my sis.
I'm asking-
We fuck regularly.
My parents are.
Yours are.
Is they broke up when I was a year old.
So it was your fault.
Exactly.
I didn't mean
He
that.
didn't,
No,
he didn't
if-
I didn't
fix
mean
it.
that, man.
If you ever met my mom, you would know directly it was her fault.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I'm just
And
kidding.
were you raised by
That's
mom
not
or dad?
true.
It was both of their fault in a great way. They had joint custody, so I was with a single mom, and then
Mainly raised by mom.
mainly by mom.
And she's a real piece of shit, huh?
She was on the show a little while ago.
Oh, she was? Oh, I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah, no, she's nuts. I recently drove her across the country.
Drove.
Drove her.
That's the word for drive when you want to kill yourself.
Yeah,
It's called
that's
drove. No, but she's wild. And my dad, I don't know, was just like pretty passive, but he remarried this Italian woman with like 3 daughters. So I had 3 older stepsisters from my dad, like getting together with this woman when I was like 4 till when I was like 12. So, yeah,
Do you still have a relationship with them?
nah.
Yeah, it's weird when step families like break up because sometimes like you want to. I mean, you could have a relationship where you're still in their lives, but I know one of my friends. He's with a girl that has a kid, right? And he's like, and he's been in the kid's life for like 6 years since they were like a baby, basically, right? And he's like, yeah, if we ever break up, I'd still want a relationship with her. And I'm like, that'd be fucking weird though. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, go hang out with her? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
So like, I guess you could keep in contact, like sending her an email once in
Yeah,
a while,
like
but
a
it's like,
happy
what can you
birthday,
do?
maybe. Yeah.
But it is fucked for him because it's like, I love this kid, yo.
Yeah.
You know? They're not planning on breaking up, and God bless them. Let's keep them together forever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'm a curious guy, and I ask these questions, you know?
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, you dream about life. Is that what it's like generally? No matter what you're doing in your day, are you kind of just always spinning that wheel and thinking about? Like,
Yeah. I think comedy definitely opened up my wormhole of like asking people curious questions to the point where now I do it in regular life. If I'm on like it's actually fucked me up. If like I went on a date with a girl. I don't go on dates very often, but I went on a date with a girl last year, and I remember like some of the questions I was asking her were fucking like, you shouldn't ask these questions on a first date. You know what I mean? But she was entertaining, and it was all fun and everything. But I definitely was thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, you can't talk to people like that all the time.
What was one of the questions?
Yeah.
Well, she used to get hit by her ex-boyfriend. I was asking her about that, and
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, just
She offered that information to you on the first
yeah,
date.
which is
So
like that's
game
a lot.
on. Like,
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
for
game
you.
on, yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, what'd you do to deserve that? No, I didn't ask that. That was
Let's
just
trauma
me-
bond and then blame.
no. But I was like asking like, so why was it hard to leave and stuff? Which I like that does.
That's
Like it's a thing that for women, I'm so like my heart goes out to women that are in relationships like that because it does seem like it's hard to get out of it, whether it's mentally or physically abuse. So if you need some help, call me. No, I'm not, no, don't call me. Don't call
get
me. I'm
some
not gonna be
help.
helpful. But get help.
some help.
Get help. Because honestly, like it like anything, like it. Sometimes you don't want to quit a job that you've been working at for years, but that doesn't mean that you can't find another job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So picture that. Like imagine a guy that are even easier to get than jobs. So
that's true.
you know.
Guys in Toronto, though.
Unless you're
I
fat and
don't
ugly,
know.
then you might have to stand still and hold that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I thought that would be
be
funnier. And when
naked.
no one made a noise after, then I'm just being mean. That's what I hate.
the problem.
Yeah, that's the tightrope that I walk.
That's not live stand-up comedy. That's podcast.
I looked at Winnie's face and I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. But I thought it would be funny to be like, if you're fat and ugly, you need to stay with a guy that abuses you because you don't have another choice. But I didn't mean it because you probably have a great personality. But if you're fat and ugly and you have a bad personality, then yeah, you're going to get hit. And it's not his fault. No. Winnie, I'm joking. These are jokes. And I hope everyone at home knows I'm joking. I would
He's
never hit a
joking.
woman. And if I saw a guy hitting a woman, I would hit him. That's how much I feel bad about it.
I know you just said how much you loved women.
I love women. I love women.
So we started on this by loving women.
I just think misogyny is funny. It is funny.
What's
It's so outrageous. This
Yeah,
is
I
Andrew
think
Dice
that's why
Clay.
it's
A little bit
outrageous.
like, so I've been doing stand-up comedy since 16. So I hang out in comedy bars. You are like the comedian's comedian.
I don't
That's
know.
what's so
A
funny.
lot
do
of
you-
comedians don't like me.
that can't be true.
That's
No, I think that,
hilarious.
not a lot. There's
No,
a
'cause
there's
you're
a sect of comedians that probably like look at me
You're
and are like,
saying all the fucked up shit that like no one wants to say. That's hilarious.
yeah, but there's some are like those days are behind us. We can't be cavemen anymore. But
yeah, that's true.
ooh you know what I mean?
What do you say? Do people ever come up to you afterwards and they're like, "Hey, I'm a woman and like I really didn't
No,
appreciate."
but a man has.
Oh.
One time I was doing a show at Comedy Bar. And
Toronto hipster.
speaking of like, you were saying you watched the recording after, right? So I had my phone in the front. I was also in the front because I'm on the stage. And the crowd in the front fucking loving me. My friend was in the back. they're like, they hated you in the back. And I didn't know, right? But anyway, so after the show, actually, there was 2 girls that were coming up to me being like, that was so funny. We were so funny. Like, we're having a little powwow. And then a guy walks up to me and he's like, the show was good, but you're a misogynistic piece of shit.
Oh my God.
I liked everyone but you. And I was like, and you think you're a nice guy coming up to tell me this? Like, you're the good person right now? What the fuck? I'm like, I think you're an asshole too. You know what I mean? Whatever. And and then the girls were like, yeah, whatever. Like, we were laughing at the jokes.
You were literally talking to 2 women who weren't offended, and then this guy.
Yeah, a guy. I guess he was sticking up for somebody in the back. So then my friend was like, I was in the back. Those people, they hated you. Like, I had some jokes that were definitely misogynistic, and she's like, yeah, it sounded like you were bombing in the back. But then I'm like, I showed her the tape, and I'm like, listen, this is what it sounded like to me. And she's like, whoa, that's fucking crazy, yo. Because in the front, it was loud laughs, booming. But it's that room in Comedy Bar where it's like
there were 2 worlds going on in the same room.
You know that the main room, how like the back, there's like a back half, like it's a pretty long room.
Yeah.
It's not wide, it's long. So like, yeah, I guess the back 40 people were like, fuck this guy, and the front 50 were like, this guy's great.
Well, whatever. That's 50.
Yeah, if we knew math, that's fucking that's more than 50%. I know that.
Yo,
I couldn't even get there.
Yeah.
It's so funny to think you're gonna go out and see comedy and like be able to control it. Like, that's so silly. Like, it speaks to the health of society, how much we want to limit or like critique our artists, and that goes on a local and a global level.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like, that's just like funny. Like, yeah, like being I think it's important to push boundaries. Also, not, of course, do things for any negative reason, or like, you know, hopefully there's like a good intention behind it, but like, we got to be able to like push expression to the limit, even if just for the act of that, like, you're basically being a jester, like, for the kingdom, you know? It's like, that's a pretty good temp check on where everyone is if people are coming to a comedy show and then choosing to be offended and have outrage porn.
Yeah. No, there's that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think I've been described as affably offensive, and I think I like that. Like, I'm offensive in a likable way. You know what I mean?
It's a fucking
I like
good
that.
term.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
kind
that.
of true. Like, I don't think you're offend. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm not
get
like an
offended
edgelord.
at.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just
No, you're safe. I'd say like you're almost like in that nice safe region, like Ricky Gervais almost. Like you're like the edge of what could be perceived as like mainstream or like acceptable through like a general scope, right? Like everyone can be like, it's good to bring
There's
people
a lot
in.
of people who don't fuck with Ricky.
Well, that's fine though. That's perfect, right? And then he leans into. I'm just, as I said, I'm very familiar and comfortable with playing the villain myself. Like, obviously, rap is great to come from. Of just like, the darker you are, good. If people are like scared of you, you're like, excellent. Like, this is street cred. Like, excellent. This how do you know how streets work? Like fuck them. Let them stare. Let them get scared.
Yeah.
But then obviously, of course, if you are coming from a place in your heart where you're constantly tearing down one group of people, fuck you.
Yeah.
But like,
Tear down multiple groups. If you're gonna tear down
and
any group.
yourself.
Yeah, and
like,
yourself.
You know, like, just like of course, huge fan of Dave Chappelle, because it's like, y'all gotta do this because people don't do it, and like, you guys like exercise thoughts. Like, comedians' role in society is important.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just getting all fucking romantic over here. Smoked a bunch of joints.
Well, this has been so nice.
This has been nice. I had a lot of fun talking with you guys. I love women. Don't hit them.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear.
I
Yeah.
love that. Thank you.
I guess where we got on that was you just like when someone comes up to you and they're like, you offended me. You're like, well, oh well.
Yeah. Oh, well. And you know what? Recently, the reason oh, well, made my ears perk up is because sometimes I say sorry and I don't think I should say sorry. And a friend was like, I asked my friend, I'm like, what should I say instead of sorry? And they said, oh, well. So like, I remember like a couple years ago, I made a New Year's resolution to say sorry less. And I did, because I was like subconsciously, or whatever the word is for it, it was like being a word that would just come out that I'm like, I'm not sorry right now. The fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, oh, well. If you didn't like me, oh well.
Yeah. What about that? Oh well.
I'd love to
With
do a sincere thank you
jams.
for your feedback, but it wouldn't be sincere. But if I could make it sincere truly in my heart, that's how I'd like to respond to that.
You know what? Just give it a Mark Wahlberg breath and then say
Wait,
it.
what?
Like when
Thank
someone
you for
says,
your
hey, you were
feedback.
shit, and you're just like, Thank you for your feedback.
I thought you were saying that to me. Like, I just gave you feedback on Oh Well, and you're like, you know what? Fuck that.
No.
You know what you just said?
Yeah.
Don't like it. Don't want to hear it again.
So that's how it came off, though.
We'll be deleting it from this episode. How uninterested I am in what you just said.
Don't like it. Don't want it.
You looked really shocked.
I was like, damn. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh well.
Oh my God, that's incredible. So, but that's a statement of how it comes off. So that's exactly what she was saying.
Yeah.
If she could
Fuck.
make
Anyway.
so funny. Dude, thanks for joining us.
You're the best. I wish you so much
You're
success.
very
I wish you guys success too. I'll come back some other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun
Yes,
having
We'll
me.
do an update for sure.
How many episodes in is this?
You will be like 195
Okay.
or 194.
I gotta go ask a witch what that means in numerology. You know what I mean? Are you into some witch shit?
That equals 14. That equals 5. 5 feels like a good number.
5, yeah, staying alive.
Hold on, what is it? 194 or which one did you do?
194.
194, yeah. So 13, 4, 155. Yeah, so it's a 5. Yeah.
What?
It's
Wait,
a 5. You
is
gotta
this
add it
episode
together.
195 or 194?
We're not sure.
Oh,
We'll let you know.
okay. Every once in a while, you're doing dips, and in the corner of my eye, it looks like you're just being a dog that's like rubbing your ass on the furniture.
we
I'm like,
end every-
I'm like, oh, you forgot to wipe your ass before the show, I guess. You're just like, oh, it's so itchy back there.
Dealing with this now. Episode's almost done.
My butt hurts. Does your butt hurt?
I got a
I
pillow.
don't love this seat. and when he got that pillow, I was like, what, you want to be taller than me now? Okay.
I know. I should have offered
power
you a
move
pillow.
over there.
I'm so sorry.
I would love to. Next time I come back, I want a pillow, maybe even a whole backrest.
You can have a
That'd be
rider
sick.
next time.
Yeah. No, it was great though.
Did
Thanks
you
so
want
much
a
for having me.
pillow right now?
No, I don't want a pillow, but I did want to plug
Yeah.
something.
Please.
Check out Wheel of Comedy at Wheel of Comedy. That's a show that, honestly, if you listen to the show and you enjoyed me, DM the Wheel of Comedy page and we'll just give you free tickets. How about that? Also, follow me at James Come On Now, and you just spell that out, COMEONNOW. Come on now.
Hey, I love
yeah.
it. Thank you for joining
That's
us, bro.
good. That was good promo.
That was sick.
That wasn't your first time doing that.
That was my first time doing it, but I'm just
What?
fucking kind of sick like that. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, that come on now.
Oh, I've definitely said follow me at James Come On Now before. Yeah. But
come
come on now.
that-
Yeah. But the problem with saying it like that is that some people will type it in CMON instead of spelling out COME. So I'm letting you know, just spell it like a fucking human being, the one that you find in the dictionary. Come on now.
Yeah, I know people want to misspell the words on the handles. With 11 Music, they often are like, and music, because you're a rapper, spelt MUZIK. Like they often perceive like, how do you spell music? Just normally.
Same with JAMEASY. It was JAMEASY, not JAMEZ. Because
Or E-E-E-Z.
people would be like, yeah, make it EZ. That's what my friend that was like the manager of the rappers I used to DJ for, he'd be like, make it EZ. I'm like, no. I'm JAMEASY. You know, that's it. Yo.
Keep it G.
Anyways, shout out to
Appreciate
Stay Out Late, too. Those are the rappers I used to DJ for. Check them out, too. Why not?
That's
Bless
nice.
somebody on the way out.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Love, guys. Subscribe, tell a friend, send nudes, bless yourselves and others.
Okay. Bye.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
You hungry? Do you want me to make this delicious steak sandwich on brioche with some yam fries? Also a freshly grilled jalapeno aioli. We got some grilled onions.
Is this so crazy good? Let's prep our buns. Some of that olive oil that was doused over the steak.